Now I'm found, I'm sustained by the sound of the angels singing me to sleep while my feet are leaving the ground. Am I dead or am I dreaming instead? A cornucopia of opiates are flooding my head. I'm insane, I am smart, all it takes is a spark to ignite my bad intentions and do what I do best for your heart. Don't be fooled, I was raised by the wolves. Now the moon hates it full, so you know I won't.
Afternoon, guys. What's going on? My name's Chad. I'm going to be starting a new review page. This will be my first video called Derelict Reviews. I just wanted to first give a quick shout out to the shop that I get all my stuff at and that I'm also employed at, 970 Vapor Cigs in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Those chicks kick ass. I also wanted to give another shout out to Ryan and Justin at Downtown Vapes and Electrolytes e-juice. They have their own e-juice line. You can actually get it at electrolytesdirect.com or smokethecloud.com. They offer high VG, 50/50, 30/70, whatever you need. 970 Vapor Cigs also has their own juice line. I'll get into that when I show you what I'm going to be reviewing today. But you can pick up their juice at 970vaporcigs.com. They also offer 50/50 VG/PG or Max VG, which is what I'm vaping on today. The product I'm going to be reviewing today is the Zenith V2 Clone by Tobeco. I started doing these reviews, and I'm going to be doing these reviews because I wanted to focus mainly on clones or cheaper rebuildables, things that are more affordable to people that can't spend $120, $150, $200 on an RDA, or $250 to $300 on a mod. So they have to stick with clones or things that are replicas or cheaper and more affordable for the general public. So this is my Zenith V2. I just got a copper airflow control ring that I put around the sides. Pretty badass. Right now, today, I'm running it on a Stingray X, also a clone, with a Sony VTC4. I'll show you a quick vape real quick. And the build I have in there right now is running 0.18, and it's a parallel 24 gauge Cantel build, and it's wrapped, I think, 5 times. But anyway, what I'm going to do today is go ahead and take this thing apart, break it down. I'll do a quick build on it, show you guys, some of the flaws that I thought were part of it, the parts that I think are awesome. This is my everyday go-to RDA. I use it every day, all day. I think it's a great little clone, and I spent, I think, $25 on it. So I don't think it was too bad of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras, bring it up close up, show you guys the deck, the barrel, the airflow control, and show you guys what it's all about, do a quick build, and vape on it. Alright guys, so here we go. I was going to show you everything that I got when I ordered my Zenith V2. It's a Tobeco clone. The box looks like that. Nothing crazy special or anything. The one that I ordered came with a black airflow control ring. I guess they put that black dot on top to show that. It also came with a couple goodies. It came with a bag right here. You got three of the grub screws that it came with. They're Allen, and then 2 O-rings for the bottom part where the barrel locks on. Again, nothing crazy, pretty standard stuff that you get with any RDA. It also came with Allen key. Again, nothing crazy, little black Allen key. Kind of janky. I'll get into the details about that here in a minute when I show you guys the RDA and do a build on it. First part I'll show you, got the deck. Pretty nice deck. You can see the machining on there. When I got mine, there wasn't really much machining oil on it. I just gave it a quick rinse with some salt water and vinegar, and that got everything off of there. You see the grub screws on the top. They're pretty nice in theory, but there were a couple parts about them that turned out to be kind of irritating, actually. They're your post holes. They're about 2.5 millimeters. They're pretty awesome, especially because they're square. You can definitely use flat 22 gauge Canthal or any kind of flat wire that you wanted to use on there. But they're not super massive. I told you guys I had a 24 gauge parallel build in there when I was vaping on it at the beginning, and it was a struggle to get those in there. I didn't do it sleeper style. I just tried to shove them in there, and it was quite the pain in the ass to get them in there. On the bottom, you got two O-rings that lock in. Mine were insanely tight when I first got this. It was a struggle to get the barrel to pop off of this thing. And I think you can see where the O-rings have started to just kind of fray and fall apart. Again, it's just another quality control thing. It seems like either it wasn't machined the right size or the O-rings are just too big of a gauge. On the bottom, got brass contact. The real Zenith has a silver-plated contact, so that was kind of disappointing when I got it. But then you see the crescent moon logo right there, as well as the serial number. But again, this one is a clone. This connection is adjustable as well, but I found that if I try to unscrew it, it makes my center post spin, my positive post. It just spins like crazy. So I just have mine completely tightened down, as tight as I could get it. I held the center post with a needle nose, and then I just screwed that sucker down as tight as I could get that bastard. But if you get it down, it's not going to spin on you. You just got to really tighten her down. Plus, I don't know if that one was just mine. I have a few friends that have a Zenith that haven't had that issue. So, anyway, that's the bottom part. So, where's the rest of it? Okay. God damn it. Next piece, you got your barrel right there. That's one of the airflow control holes, the airflow holes. You've got 3 airflow holes, and that's so you can run it in either single coil mode or dual coil mode. They're quite large, Cyclops style holes. I actually don't even run them wide open because it's too airy for me. I need a little bit of more of a dense, hot, flavorful vape, so I try to keep it a tiny bit closed. I'll show you guys where I vape it at. But wide open, it's pretty awesome. You can run this thing pretty warm. I've run it at 0.12. That's the lowest build that I put on there, and it's pretty tits. This is going to be your airflow control ring. This is not the one that came with mine. This is one that I ordered. It is not stock. I got a copper airflow control ring, and as you can see, that's as if it were single coil mode. There's no airflow hole on the other side, so you could just run it as single coil over your one coil, or you just turn it, and then you've got it in dual coil mode. So you've got both air holes. That's wide open, and like I said, it's pretty awesome. It's super airy. It's got very good airflow over the coils. The Cyclops style is awesome for all kinds of different types of coils because you can build them and you have a good amount of space for the air to run over those coils, which is pretty sweet. Next part you've got your top cap. That's a black Fairland insulator right there. Pretty nice, keeps your drip tip kind of cool. I haven't noticed a huge difference really compared to some of my other RDAs with the Fairland, but that's also probably because I run pretty low most of the time. I like nice, hot, super flavorful. I like shucking huge clouds too, especially when I'm in the back at work and it pisses my boss off. That's kind of cool. Not at the vapor store. So this just screws onto the top right here, like so. Alright, and that's locking. So it screws onto the top to hold down that airflow control ring. That way, it doesn't move around or, fall around on you, or if you put it in your pocket or something like that. So if you wanted to tighten or loosen your draw, you're just going to unscrew the top a little bit, give it a little turn, just like that, and tighten her up. That's about where I run my airflow at. and that's running between 0.12 and 0.18 coil, ohm coils. That's kind of where I like to keep them at. I really dig the copper airflow control ring. You can also get all kinds of different color airflow control rings. They sell them at Vivid Smoke. That's where they have probably every color in the frickin' rainbow on these airflow control rings, which is kind of cool because you can customize it however you like. Right now I'm running mine on my copper and brushed stainless Stingray, so it looks pretty badass. It's very two-tone, very nice. Anyway, now I'm going to put a little build on her and then talk about the grub screws and a couple other things that I had issues with this particular atomizer. So, one sec. Gentlemen, I went ahead and put a little build on here. It's not the cleanest coil build of all time, but it'll do. This is a 22 gauge Canthal on a 7/64 drill bit, wrapped 5 times, and she's firing very beautiful. So, let this sucker cool down. We'll see what kind of resistance we're getting out of it, and then we will vape on it. One thing I wanted to talk about really fast. So when I was doing this build, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't talk about that when I was doing this. So this is the Allen key that came with my Zenith V2 Clone by Tobeco. This Allen key makes it seem like your Allen screws are stripped. It is a total piece of shit. If I put it in there to tighten up my negative post, look, she just spins around. I was freaking out. I thought my grub screws were stripped and I was completely screwed. I couldn't find replacement screws, but oh, I found another Allen key that fits in there. This is my Russian 91%, also a clone, Allen key. And that was used for the airflow control grub screw that I just took out because I run it wide open. But as you can see, if I put it right in there, she'll tighten her down fine. It wasn't my screws at all. It was the goddamn piece of shit Allen key that they gave me. So let's check out the resistance on this bad boy now that it's cooled down. Now I run mine again in my Stingray X in hybrid mode. You get better connectivity that way, and I just think it looks hella sick. It looks like they were kind of meant to be that way. So if you get a Stingray, this is the hybrid adapter, pretty badass. So let's see what resistance we're at. It should be around 0.18, 0.20. That's after I tightened everything down. It was reading 0.17, so got a little more resistance out of it when I put her back together. So I'm going to go ahead and wick this bad boy, see how she vapes, and then we will conclude this review. There she is, all wicked up, cottoned up. Throw some juice on her. Remember, don't dry fire your cotton. If you dry fire your wick, you're gonna have a bad time. Right now, I'm using this juice right here. This is 970 Vapors. It's a little custom blend of mine. 75% honeydew. Then their own flavor they call Viper Venom. It's 100% BG. The Viper Venom is almost like a coconut, very tropical flavor, but it's absolutely amazing. It's my daily go-to flavor. Again, it's max VG. So let's juice up this wick real quick. I always oversaturate on when I am just wicking a coil. There's kind of like a break-in period, at least in my opinion, for a new coil as well as a new wick. Sometimes I do a lot of coil builds at night, and I feel like the next day when I wake up, it's just wicking outstanding. I can drip 10, 15 drops in it and take a blast about 15 times and still not get a dry hit. So I tend to be biased after the first hit off of a brand new cotton. I'll go ahead and fiddle this cotton around a little bit, get her in there, make sure she's good and wicked up. Oh, shit. Alright, right on. Far out. So, looks pretty good, cotton's pretty saturated. A little bit more on this side, right on. Alright, let's see what this does. Ready? Woo! Woo! Blast off. Right on. And she is chucking. Woo! Nice. You see how it's wicking through the cotton? Leaving it dry, that's what you want. Don't want cotton just sitting there saturated, then it's not properly wicked. And then you're just going to get a dry spot in the middle of your coil. And you'll get a dry head after about 1 or 2 pulls. Just going to slap a little bit more juice on here. Then I'm going to put the cap on, and we are going to vape on her and do a little conclusion. So, I just put her back together. Got her in hybrid mode on my Stingray X. This is a brand new Sony VTC4 18650 battery, fully charged. So I got my Stingray X drip tip on there, matching, pretty fucking badass and cool, if I might say so my damn self. So this is wide open. I'm gonna run her wide open and show you guys how it vapes with the Cyclops style airflow wide open. And she fucking chucks it. This thing puts out a great amount of vapor. For the amount of bullcrap that I go through with this stupid atomizer all the time, especially when it comes to the center post spinning, I guess really that's the only thing. The center post spinning, this part broke in, the barrel sticking, that broke in after a while. Like I said, those O-rings are kind of shredded now, but it makes it go on a lot easier, and I've got spares, so until I get a new Addy, this is going to be the one I'm going to run all day. The flavor is awesome, even, like I said, with her wide open and dual coil mode. So let's vapor one more time, wide open. Super dense, awesome flavor. Super dense vape, absolutely chucks clouds. I love this thing. A friend of mine took this to a cloud chasing competition, so if you want to talk about how good of a little atomizer that the Zenith V2 is. Now his was obviously authentic, but it's still an outstanding atomizer. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it, tighten up the airflow a little bit. We'll see how it vapes like that. Put a couple drops in through my Stingray drip tip. Alright. Wow, still just absolutely chucks that flavor. That's about halfway. So I don't know if you can see it. My camera doesn't have autofocus. I have to manually focus my lens every time. But that's halfway open. And it's still very airy, but that flavor, when you close that airflow off, is just like, oof. I mean, it really hits you. It's definitely quite warm, running below 0.2 ohms, but it's still just like, I mean, I can do a 2-3 second pull on it, and that's pretty much all you need. Man, oh man, that is good. I'm going to close it off a little bit more, do one more hit on it, and then we'll shut her down. Put 2 more drops in there for good measure, right? Alright, one more time. Really tight. That's probably about a quarter of the hole open. Again, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if you're in full screen. That's both sides, dual coil mode with the hole. It's about the width of a 5/64 drill bit, probably something like that. Pretty small. But man, oh man, when you tighten up that airflow, that flavor is good. I mean, good, good. And that 970 Vapor Sig juice, man, that Viper Venom Honeydew, man, that stuff is good, good, good. Oh, don't forget to lock your mech on. It's always smart. That's how you burn yourself. Anyway, that's my review. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to have another one coming soon on the Mutation X. That's not a clone. That's authentic atomizer that I only paid $25 for. I'm super pumped on it. It's got 18 airflow holes that are just absolutely massive, huge post holes. So I'm going to be able to put some pretty sick, badass 20 gauge Canthal builds in there. Get super sub ohm and see what kind of clouds we can check with it. Adjustable airflow on that thing looks pretty awesome. So I'm pretty pumped. Following that, I'm going to be doing a review on an entire setup that I'm going to order because I just want to play around with it and see how it goes. I'm going to get a 26650 Cerberus on a Hades mod, and those are both going to be clones. So it'll probably be around $80 for a 26650 complete setup. So I want to see how that is because I'm hearing pretty good things about the 26650s. I've heard great things about the Tobe, 28 millimeter Tobe. So I really want to check out the Cerberus because you can put like 6 coils in that thing. It's insane. But thank you for tuning in, guys. Much more to come. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll check them out. I'm going to put 2 links down there. One's going to be for smokethecloud.com. That is my friend down in South Florida, Ryan, as well as his partner, Justin. That's Electrolytes e-Juice. That is their custom line. Again, they do max VG as well as 50/50, pretty much anything you want. And they have a ton of flavors. I'm also going to put a link in there for 970 Vapor Sigs. They have a bunch of premium e-juices as well as their own line, which is the one that I pretty much stick to. Today I was vaping on Viper Venom. Big Booze Juice is another one of my favorite flavors. It's like a blue raspberry sweet tart. It's unbelievable. It tastes like a shock tart. So definitely check them out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Until next time, derelict.